Conscious creation falls into two groups, or creation itself falls into two groups. The first group is those who are operating under physical sight. They see reality as you, me, and everybody else, and they see everybody as a piece of the whole. This is about how they ultimately perceive reality, and that is you and I and everybody else is creating the world, okay? And that if I want something, then I need to convince everybody else, or at least a majority, to go along with me so I can have what I want. And these are the people that will be arguing with other people about their belief systems, getting into these knockout, drag-out battles. That person is wrong over here. And typically when they're in a debate, they'll be visibly shaken and like irritated. You can see these people debating or even just having conversations, or you can watch them on social media sites. They're acting crazy as hell, ending friendships, doing stuff like that, okay? I know. I've had friends that have left me because of my beliefs. I'm like, these people are in a really low state of consciousness because they perceive that they are a mere fraction of a power. If the whole power is all, they're just a teeny tiny fraction of that, which is nothing. Interesting enough, they do perceive it as their way, but they simultaneously carry the seed and the inner insignificance. And that's why they enter into a state of battling with other people, because they need to grow into something larger than they already are. That's why they have to get their idea across to this other person. Then the other group are those people that are trying to understand that, okay, everybody, you're a person, I'm a person. We have to create a space in which we all can live free, that you can have your reality, I can have mine. But these people don't necessarily know that that reality already exists. It's already the reality. There are only people who know this and people who don't know this. So either you know that you're a free agent or you don't. In America right now, we are getting to see how perfect everything really is. Because either we were born into this existence with perfect laws in operation, or this world is fundamentally flawed. There's only two ways to perceive how this world is at the core foundation. It's a fundamental flaw that not all men can be free, that not all people are free, or we already all are, and we just don't know it. For me, the way I understand reality to be is that consciousness controls reality. And the only reason that we're having an experience that not all men are free is because we actually believe that. We've bought into this lie that there's something inherently wrong with the earth or creation itself. Then we're all over here trying to fix stuff that doesn't actually need to be fixed. All you need to do, if you don't want to have that experience anymore, is get out of this idea that it needs to be fixed. And that's it. They're simply conscious creation. I'm not going to sit here and fight with people and try to convince them that they have to believe what I say. At the end of the day, I don't cast my pearls before swine. I'm not going to give somebody something that's so precious and so great because I know that it is. And if you don't want it, I'm not going to let you tread on it like a pig. You know what I mean? Don't take it. Go live your life. Because at the end of the day, I know it to be true. So you'll just live out a life that doesn't harm your eternity. It doesn't do any of those things. You simply live out a life that says that you are in bondage to certain things. Where me, I'm going to go live over here where I don't have bondage to these certain things. And I'm standing over here and I'm like, hey guys, I found the golden city. Let's go. If you want to come in, here it is. I'm just going to stand here. If you guys want to come in, by all means, come in. But if not, that's your choice too. My reality doesn't depend on somebody else. So there's no fight there. there's simply no fight. And that's the difference. You can tell somebody who's responding from the lower consciousness by how they respond to other people's beliefs. But when other people need me to validate their beliefs, that's where things begin to fall apart. And there are a lot of people right now that require the beliefs of other people to be okay with who they are. That's a dangerous place to be. And not only that, it leaves you subservient to everybody else's beliefs or thoughts about who you are, what you're even capable of. But when you've taken the entire external world and you've literally placed it in your own being, that's how you know that you've become a conscious creator. There is no other. You're all that exists. When I'm in the space of saying I'm all that exists, traditionally we thought, oh, that's an egomaniac. See, but in the space that I talk about it, it's not being an egomaniac, because I still reserve the right for everybody else to be in that space just as well. I'm not making you subservient to my beliefs whatsoever at all. It's merely an option. It's one way. Who said that? Oh, that's right. Buddha said that. I am a way. That's what he said. The whole point is that people try to rely on the external world to create. You will use your little bit of power and you will project it out. You will take all of your power and you'll project it out to the world around you. That's essentially what it is. You'll take your little bit of power and you're projecting it out, and you feel powerless in that situation. I've lived it my entire life. I'm pretty sure I was an expert at trying to change other people's opinions so I could live in reality. You know what I realized? I don't need to change anybody else's opinion. I just had to realize who I am, separate from everybody else. That's essentially what we have to do in consciousness first. This is the beginning level of understanding how to jump from one reality to the next. If you want a better life, you have to first separate yourself from the consciousness and the beliefs of everybody outside of you. You have to become an independent creator, separate from all this external things. You have to become the infinite in and of yourself. That means literally carrying the full power of God within your being. God, creation, love, power, whatever you want to call it, you have to possess that within your being. But see, most people are afraid to do that because they think that to have power means to be evil. Most people in a loving state, they think, well, I don't want to be evil, so I don't want to have power. So what they do, they buy into this lie that means if you're powerful, you're evil. So they give their power away. Oh, here you go, have this, because I definitely don't want this. They do the same thing with money. Influence is really what I mean by power. Your influence, your ability to make change in your own life or in the world around you. You don't have to do that. You don't have to look at the icons of everybody else that has went before you or the people outside. That's not who you are. You're still trying to define yourself by those things that you see outside. You don't have to define yourself that way. You can define yourself however you want. And that's the beauty of conscious creation. You can say, I am love. And when I hold power, my power creates beauty in the world. When I have money, I'm an icon for success. I'm a conscious icon. I'm something that should be followed. That's about conscious creation. You change what those icons mean. We're too scared looking at all this shit that's going on in the world that we won't take it for ourselves. And then you know what's happening? All the people that would do good, or all the people that are in the space, a heart space and loving, they're the ones that don't have anything because they bought into a lie that if you have money or power or influence or anything like that, that means you're bad. And well, I don't want to be bad. That's what they've bought into. They're still trying to perceive who they are based on things that have nothing to do with them whatsoever, especially when you know that everything can be changed right now. So when I talk about conscious creation and I talk about archetypes, I'm talking about the images that people have in their head about what's defining things that are going on around them, like money, privilege, influence, power, success. Yeah, I don't think I would want those things either if it meant that my being would become corrupt, because all people have bought into this lie, once again, that there's something inherently wrong with them. and they don't want something to be wrong with them, so they do everything they can to be a good little boy or a good little girl. What if I said that right there is just another archetype? You don't have to buy into this good girl, bad boy, whatever kind of archetype. You can just be you, and you get to define who you are. I'm moral and good. Everything that exudes from my being is love. And when I have money, power, influence, everything that I do in that space is for me and for the success of others, because I become an icon of these higher ideas. That's all you have to do. At the end of the day, when you're talking about conscious creation, that's all you have to do. You get to define what it is. Nobody else gets to decide what's going on in your mind. You want to be the bad boy, then be it. But remember what can come of that. You got to see what you're buying into, because that's what you're creating for yourself. See, I don't care. If somebody chooses to go down a dark path where they get beaten and do all these things, well, that's a choice. I personally would not prefer that.